Hello and welcome again. I'm so happy to share some of these things with all of you, and it'll be very good if you people can actually respond and make comments and subscribe so that I'll get to know what is it that you like. I'll be able to share more. So today I thought I will share a few things about the common sea salt. So we have titled this as a pinch of salt. I belong to a culture in which the guest of the home is actually received as God himself. And so when we are going to share our lunch with them, the first thing that is served in his plate, actually what we use for our guest, is a banana leaf. So the first thing that is served on the banana leaf is a pinch of salt. It's not that we want him to add the salt to all the dishes which have got a little less of salt. It's not for that. It's just to show that we are offering the godliness as the first dish to a person. So we belong to this particular culture where we share this salt as the first dish, and then just say a lady is getting married and she's taken to the groom's home. There will be so many elders at the front of the house, and then she's taken and received, but she's taken directly into the kitchen. And then in the kitchen they have got a bowl of rice, a bowl of cereals, the pulse, and then there will be another bowl of sea salt. So she is asked to take a blessing from all these things, and only then she takes the blessings of all the elders in the home. So over here we realize that the salt and the rice and the pulse are the one which is treated as gods. After that, only the respect from the elders. So like I was telling, we belong to a culture wherein we feel that the kitchen is actually the temple of the home, and the vessel which holds this particular sea salt, the one which we use in our home, is actually washed with turmeric and then nicely cleaned up, and then the paste of turmeric is put, and then this particular salt is kept in that. Actually we treat it like a god. When some of the people say don't use too much of salt, it's not good for your health, salt is not good. So I was having such a lot of difference of opinion. Here in our culture we treat salt as godliness itself. How is it that some people are saying it is not good? So when I was having this difference of opinion, I thought I must make a study of what is the difference between precious sea salt, which I've always been thinking, and the available table salt which is there right now. So I just want to know the difference, and that's how I thought I will study all these things and share with everybody. If we go to a restaurant and we order soup, and then the person keeps the salt shaker and then the chili powder. So it is understandable when we are using that pepper, that powder, or the chili powder, and the way of the salt shaker mari. But when you're going to add this salt shaker, they have to have it as a table salt like that, finely grounded, something which would not stick to the container. This particular stuff is the only drawback with the sea salt. All the other things I have a feeling sea salt is the best. Only thing, sea salt, you cannot go and order soup and then have it shaken and added with salt is less. All the other things, and I will tell you how. There are some people who consider sea as existence and God itself, and the sea gives us so many precious things other than just the pearls and the fishes. The stuff which is there, which is very very precious, is the sea salt. Why is it that I consider sea salt so precious? It is because everything that is there in the periodic table, all the elements, everything which is there in the periodic table is there in the sea salt. Whereas the table salt, which is now made available by all these corporate people, it has got only sodium, chloride, aluminium, and then fluoride, and iodine, which is recently added. Do we not have iodine in our sea salt? Do we not have all the other things which are necessary? Why is it singled out that we need to have iodine and only that thing is added? If Mother Existence gets to hear all these things, I'm sure she'll send somebody to fight for her cause. And who knows, maybe I'm the one who's selected for it. That's the reason why I'm sharing all these things. There was a time in our village when people who used to sell all the groceries, they used to keep sacks and sacks of sea salt. Because of its hygroscopic nature, it will absorb the moisture from the air. So that sac which contains the salt will be, actually oozing out. Like there was a time when I read in an article, a sack of sea salt weeps for attention, like that. So you see, it has got that hygroscopic nature. It will absorb the moisture from the air. That quality for that is because it has got that magnesium which is there. In this table salt, you will not have that nature because it is only having sodium, chloride, aluminium, and iodine, which has been recently added, like I was telling. So why is it this thing is good and this thing is bad? Mother Nature, when she gives things to us, just say we're going to consume something in excess, she will have some sort of hurdle and tell us you're using in excess. One is, she'll give you a bloating feeling. When you're using excess of salt, the taste will completely change into bitterness. Have you ever tried? You just add a little bit of excess salt to one particular dish, it will be bitter. Whereas if you're going to have something with that, the recently marketed table salt, if you just have a little excess, you won't have the bitter feeling. It will get masked with something else. Like some of this recently, prepared, all this fast food junk which these things are added, it will create an more craving, whereas naturally occurring sea salt, it will not have that. We only consider this as a sort of a godliness. There are some cultures which consider this as sort of a monetary way. That's how the word, the salary has come. People used to pay their workers with salt. They did treat it with respect, but it was only monetary wise. We people consider it as God or existence itself, so we feel it is more of godliness. So I'm very happy to share this particular thing with all of you. I'm looking forward to you people responding and asking things and making comments, so that we let more of existence share her secrets, her wisdom, for the benefit of all of us. Thank you.